Modest Mouse and Mama, a couple of girls from L.A. who do some good work. The show is going to happen out at Blossom on Friday night, June 16th. Summertime outside with Weezer. Tickets info, all that, livenation.com. They'll sell you tickets. I will give you a pair. So be caller 10. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show.
Sure, you could listen to another show, but then how would you find the puppies we've buried in boxes around the city? 100.7 WMMS.
$35192 if you want to send a text. You can watch live at AlanCoxShow.com. We got some good people coming to the show over the next week or so. Comedian Kevin Bozeman is back in town. He's always fun to hang out with. He'll be in here tomorrow. He's doing the Weekend at Hilarities. Friday, actor Michael Rappaport will be in here. He's doing some stuff at the Cleveland Improv. And then Friday, Dr. Ryan Berglund from the Cleveland Clinic will make his return to the show. We'll do a segment called Is It Red? And he'll be in here on Friday answering your guys' most intimate questions about weird things going on down there. Gwen might be sitting in on Friday.
Oh, nice.
We'll see. Next week, the great Tom Bergeron will join me. Ice-T will be on the show. And we'll be prepping for the 17th, 1 week from this Friday. Of course, St. Patrick's Day on a Friday in Cleveland. What could be finer? We'll be posted up at the Clevelander, a short jaunt from our studios right down here on Euclid Avenue. And that'll start around 10 a.m. We'll be live all day. We'll be dicking around with you guys. So come party with us at the Clevelander on St. Paddy's Day for the MMS broadcast. Looking forward to it. I was thinking about what I'm going to wear this morning. You know, I mentioned that I had a brand new St. Paddy's Day t-shirt. And then I was like, well, maybe I should wear the new Buzzard Shamrock and Roll t-shirt. Great t-shirt. But then that felt a little on the nose. That felt a little wearing the shirt of the band you're going to see, which I don't fundamentally have a problem with. I will wear the shirt of a band I'm going to see. But then I thought, well, we don't know what the weather's going to be like. You know, what if I want to wear my Kelly Green snowsuit? Head to toe. That might be something. It's going to have to be a game time decision.
Wear that no matter what, even if it's 80 degrees. I want you to wear that.
It's going to have to be a game time decision. Your Cleveland Guardians are full on in spring training mode. Results may vary. They got shut out by the Anaheim Angels on Monday. That was 6-0. They are going to play the Padres tomorrow at 3:05, if you're paying attention to that. We're talking about Josh Turner, that dude from the Boston Red Sox who took a fastball to the face. And he's doing okay right now. He had to have 16 stitches. But the Boston Red Sox have not lost a spring training game. They are
That's impressive.
Yeah. They have the most runs scored and the fewest runs allowed. So even in spring training. Now, what you'd like to see is the regular season gets underway on March 30th and the Boston Red Sox flatten out. They just go over a cliff. But, see, they're in the Grapefruit League. They're not in the Cactus League. There's some teams that have their spring training down in Florida. Your Detroit Tigers, your Boston Red Sox. Out in Goodyear, you got your Cleveland Guardians. And a bunch of other teams. So, but the Boston Red Sox, if you're a fan of them, they haven't lost a single preseason game. But MLB opening day is March 30th. I believe opening day and the home opener, the Guardians play the Mariners. I think that's how it lays out. They will play the Mariners. Let me look at this because I keep getting it wrong. Yes. Opening day, they'll be in Seattle. The next week, the home opener, the Mariners will be here in Cleveland. That'll be a 6 That can be right. I'm sorry, 4:10. A 4:10 start on April the 7th.
Oh, that's
and I
great.
hope we'll be out somewhere.
Yeah, that's great because that doesn't overlap with when I'm going to be headlining the Funny Stop March 31st and April 1st, and that's important.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't
March
want the home
31st
opener to not sell out because everybody's going to see me at the Funny Stop.
Well, that's a real concern.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when there are high-level meetings between Pete and, bookers, your agency and your people,
Yes.
they have to sit down and they go, look, we would be doing a disservice to Major League Baseball if we pit them against Bill Squire.
It's not fair.
If you come at the king, you best not miss, I
That's
believe
right.
is the prevailing wisdom there. So March 31st, April 1st, Guardians will be in Seattle playing the Mariners. Is Bill Squire leaving town? No. He's going to be right here with you, entertaining you. He's not running away like the Guardians to go to another city and hang out with Seattleites.
Here to entertain you.
Yeah. I mean, Seattle's a great city. Lots of fun. But come on.
But so is Cuyahoga Falls.
Those are nighttime games, though.
Yeah, those are like 10 o'clock ones.
Yes, they
right?
are. So beware. Will you be off stage by 10 o'clock?
No, because there's 2 shows each night.
Ooh.
So I think it's 7 and 9:30.
Can you do... Well, you won't even be on. I mean, there'll be an opener for you.
Yeah.
You won't even be on stage till after 10 o'clock.
Right.
All right, well, listen. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail. But as far as people paying attention to preseason ball, those Red Sox, boy, they're killing it. The guy who won the Powerball, this is a guy who just made his identity public. He was the guy that won the $2 billion Powerball. And he took the lump sum of $997 million. That was before taxes. Edwin Castro is the guy's name. And you want me to show you the picture? He just bought a $25 million house in the Hollywood Hills. Let me show you the picture here from the LA Times. Look at that house. Can you see it?
Ooh.
Right? 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, which doesn't sound like a lot, but this house is amazing. Up in the hills, looks like a new build. It's got a movie theater. It's got a game room. And this purchase amounts to 2.5% of his winnings. Because when you have almost $1 billion, you go, you know what?
I'm going to
Let
go
me buy.
big.
You could just buy property all over the country and have fun doing that. You know, people talk about how that's obviously life-changing money, and that's putting it mildly. But it would be hard. It would be hard to keep it together and wait, right? You know, this guy wanted to get all of his ducks in a row. He was smart about it. So when he found out he won, it was a couple of months before he went public, because anybody who wins that kind of money, you have to get lawyers involved, and you want to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row financially before you go public. So there's nothing hinky going on. You set up an LLC, which is what he did. There'll be plenty of people who will tell you what to do with that kind of money because they'll get a cut. Lawyers and financial advisors and the like, right? The people who get a fee from that kind of money from you, they are making life-changing money off of somebody who wins the Powerball. Imagine you get the call from this guy. He just goes online, financial advisors, and your office gets a call. Hi, I'm Edwin Castro. I won the Powerball, and I need to know what to do. Guy just drops in your lap, because I can't imagine this guy, he didn't have a financial advisor on speed dial, right? He bought a ticket at a convenience store in like Agora Hills or something. This is the most expensive sale in the Hollywood Hills this year, and it's one of the most expensive purchases in the entire neighborhood. So it would be weird to be a regular guy who now has more money than A-list actors.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to have as much as like the tech bros and stuff. But to be a regular guy and go, you know what? I'm going to spend, how much is this house? $25 million. You want to see more pictures of it?
Yes.
So,
I'm surprised Pound Cake isn't already familiar with this house because of all his Zillowing.
Yeah, there's the entry. There's some of the exterior of the house. There's some of your open floor plan. There's your bedroom overlooking. You're up in the Hollywood Hills, so you're overlooking.
Yeah, I'm down.
Downtown LA. There's your game room with full bar. There's the theater.
Yeah,
you can have all your dirtbag friends come over.
it's all glass. Forget that, man.
Well, there's a house out by me.
I know, so much Windex. Your Windex bill's going to be out of control.
That's why that pool is filled with Windex. That's
Unless-
not just blue lights.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That pool is filled with. Look at that. It's all Windex.
Unless if it was one of those houses where you could hit a button and then it's all fog.
It
screen,
frosted the
screen.
glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you could.
Yeah, I can do that. I can't do a house with all glass. That creeps me out because you just don't know who's looking at you.
What I'd like to know when people buy houses like this and it has all these crazy amenities, they're like, it's got a gym and a basketball court. I'd love to know what mundane thing they forgot to put in it. They go, the thing though, $25 million. I got a wet bar. I got a cold plunge room. I got a gym. They forgot to give me closets.
Yeah, no closets. They forgot to put in a washer and dryer, so I have to go to the laundromat.
Yeah, where he sees all his old friends. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy the laundromat. So he bought that ticket in November in Altadena. And when he collected the money 3 months later, he didn't do anything publicly because he's smart, wanted to get everything in a row. But there's a house out by me. It's on Lake Road. I don't know if it's still technically Bay Village. People know it as the Swiffer House. I don't know if it's a myth or what, but the story on the house, it's this massive, huge, hospital-sized house right on the lake. It looks like it takes up 4 lots. Very modern house, and the word was that it was like, I don't know, the guy who invented the Swiffer or something. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the story. That house is for sale for $10 million. That's easily the priciest bit of, and they're all hospital-sized houses on Lake Road. But that's easily the priciest thing out there. And it'll probably be bought by somebody from out of town. That's what a lot of cities are contending with now. There are some municipalities trying to pass legislation to prevent out-of-town investors because these big companies just scoop up available lots and either rent them or sell them for like way more,
Make it into an Airbnb.
something.
The reason why I didn't look this house up, Bill, or I don't look up Hollywood houses anymore is because I've moved on. That doesn't satisfy my urge anymore.
Oh, what do you need now?
I'm all about foreign mansions.
Oh.
So I look at places in like, Australia, Brazil, Europe.
Well, like I
I'm
said, a
all
lot
about
of these,
that.
you're in luck because a lot of these houses are going to be scooped up by people from out of the country.
Yeah, I'm off that. That doesn't satisfy my needs anymore.
He's grown as a person.
The addiction grows.
I like island mansions. Like I like looking at Rihanna's Barbados mansion, which is like a mall. It's easy to spot because it's like the biggest house on the island. Barbados is only like 3 miles in diameter.
Well, this September will be Gwen's and my 10th anniversary. And so we have said, hey, we want to go somewhere and do something big. And one of the ideas we were tossing around was renting an island. Because there are a lot of places you can do that. We're like, what if we rented an island, had some friends come out, And so that's an idea we're tossing around. And I would love to do it just so I could send Cody pictures.
Oh, he'd be so mad.
Right? He'd be mad. He'd be mesmerized. There'd be a part of him that would be forever indebted to me. What the hell was that? Was that a chair or was somebody gurgling? What was that?
I was throwing a chair at you because I'm mad.
It didn't sound like throwing a chair. You must have rolled around on your wheels or something, and I'm sure the audience didn't hear that. But
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
I thought it was like a little gurgle. Were you rolling around in your chair?
No, I don't know what that was. I'm just
okay.
saying I was
All right.
throwing a chair at you. But don't get mad, Alan, when people say that you're a millionaire when you do millionaire stuff like that. Like no one's discussing renting an island.
But this is my point. It's really not.
It's not expensive.
It's not. Well, I'm not saying it's not expensive, but for a lot of people, it would not be beyond their means. I mean, for people who were like, "Hey, let's get 10 people and rent an island," you could absolutely do that. There are Airbnbs on private islands that would not break the bank for a lot of people. It's not millionaire stuff.
A friend of mine stayed in where was Jeffrey Epstein's island located in? It was in like the Virgin
Greenland.
Islands.
It was what? It was Little St. James,
It was Little St. James, but it's
the
like
U.S.
in,
Virgin Islands.
in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Yeah, she stayed like right by there on an island near there, and she said that island is still it has like a bunch of people around it all the time. Like it's
Well, yeah, they're
heavily
hoping
guarded.
that they're hoping that there are going to be some Epstein people lost and walking around. I've only been to the British Virgin Islands. I've never been to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Is it nice?
I've been to Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. Yeah, of course.
I'm
It's
like
great.
I'm like considering going because my friends and I we want to take a trip, but again, Mexico was like far beyond like what I thought I could do, and that's great. But I there's plenty of island nations that's still within American soil. You don't have to deal with the passport or all that stuff because the customs and stuff was a lot. Like there was a bunch of people all the time.
Well, I had a friend in college who was from St. Thomas. So, like, every time we'd go on break, he'd go home to the Virgin Islands. Be like, oh, middle of a Chicago winter. He's like, all right, I'm going home to St. Thomas.
Cool.
All right, have fun.
Yeah, I'm down to go to like Puerto Rico. I'd go to like one of the Virgin Islands or Guam. We could go to Guam. It's U.S. territory.
You could go to Guam,
You don't
yes.
need a territory, or you don't need a passport. But I don't know what is there to do on Guam. I
You
don't hear-
could, well, there's a base there, right? I mean, you could go to the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands are fun.
Okay, where is that? I don't know where that is.
Well, we've been to Jamaica. That's like it's like northwest of Jamaica,
We own those.
kind of between Cuba and Jamaica. We own those. No, it's British territory.
Well, I'm saying places I
He's
could go
trying to
without
go without
using
a
tap-
passport.
without a
Oh,
passport.
I see.
He doesn't like customs.
It's
He's had
not that
bad
I don't like
experiences.
customs. No, it's not that I had bad experience. It's just a lot. It just takes. It's a whole thing. And we had in COVID. They had a bunch of COVID restrictions. And getting into the country was annoying. Getting back into the country was annoying. It was just a lot.
Well, I remember we went to the Cayman Islands for it happened to be Pride Week, and it was great. There was so much like fun merch there and stuff. I got this T-shirt, Bill. You see me wear it. It says "Cayman my ass." Hey, Woody.
Alan,
Yes, sir.
Woody liked it.
I got it. Yeah, that was a grin. Hey, listen, I'm not sure I want to hang out and do my vacation partying with a bunch of Guamanians out there in the Pacific.
for you.
Guamanians.
Yeah,
Is that what they're called?
I'm asking you, sir.
I don't know that they're called that. I'm sure they have their own indigenous people in Guam. I don't know what they're called, but I don't know if they're called Guamanian. Maybe they are Guamanians. I don't know.
Yeah, because you were just a minute
I think
ago,
they're
you were talking about
Guamers. I had a buddy I had a buddy a long time ago who got just chewed up in American radio and just he could not keep his nose clean. He was constantly getting in trouble, and he was working in major markets, but he just could not get it together. And he ended up having to get a gig in Guam. And I was like, what's in Guam? He's like, I don't know, but they hired me, and I'm, out there by the Mariana Trench or something. I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Guamanians.
I don't know if they're called Guamanians. Maybe they're called Guamaniacs, Woody.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a song, the Guamaniacs. But hey, listen, you were talking a little bit ago about the Guardians going out to Seattle. You called them Seattleites. Is that a thing? And if it is, my question to Pound Cake when I talked to him earlier, we're called Clevelanders. Are people from Akron called Acronians or
Acronites.
what are people from
Acronites.
Columbus? They're Acronites. Okay, what about Columbus then? That kind of confuses me.
Colonizers.
They're probably Convolusians. Columbusians. Seattleites are, yes, people from Seattle. I don't know about Columbus. Columbusians, I don't know.
Yeah, because everyone's got somewhere Clevelanders, Chicagoans, Pittsburghians.
Pittsburghers.
Is that right?
Yes, Pittsburghers.
Really?
Yes, sir. And now you know.
But anyway,
the rest of the story. All right, thank you, Woody. I've got to move on. Thank you for the call. Here's Woody calling from parts unknown. If you want to send a text for something, 35192. You can listen wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app.
Rover's Morning Glory.